to tell me when. Okay, no, okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fat Boy Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Mulvaney, and I'm with Finn, Ben, Luke, and a very special guest, Mr. Benji Mobeeky.
Benji Mobeeky.
What's up, guys?
So, this is a sort of interview for Benji here because many people have been asking questions since we haven't seen
The
Benji.
revolutionary album.
I didn't even realize that was like a complete shock to me whenever you were like,
Actually,
people have been
Benji,
asking- yes.
introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about the album. Yeah.
About like who the fuck I am.
The album, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mobeeky.
I'm Benji. I'm Benji Wallace, aka Benji Mobeeky, aka Mobeeky.
Stage name.
Yeah, Mobeeky.
What's the meaning behind that?
Mobeeky?
Yeah.
There's literally no meaning. Like whenever I was like a kid, like 4, my uncle called me Benji Mobeeky. And then like I was just like, I was just like, what the fuck should my name be?
See those Insta Q&As?
See, me and
I wanna
Mark,
do some more.
he did all this research and he found some old Twitter account where you talk. Yeah. We had
someone
tweets
up.
about Destiny, the game for PS4.
Yeah.
I thought there was one where it was like retweeted and it said retweet if you love sucking cock. Like, I swear to God that was a thing.
That was mine. That was
One of your favorite.
That was
Yeah, no. If it's the sucking cock one, yeah,
that's
I
one of
retweet
your
it.
favorite
favorite
tweets,
tweets,
oh, yeah.
wasn't it? The game
Yeah, it's like
to the
retweet if you
tweet.
love
Okay,
sucking cock.
Anyway, so Mobeeky, that's up. What about the album?
Fractured Mindset came out August 10th, 2019.
You come out on the listening party day, yeah?
Yeah.
10 or 11 tracks.
Um,
Oh, you should probably
That's
know
hard.
this.
Can you bring that up,
Jeez,
please?
Mobeeky,
10.
you should know this.
10.
Mobeeky doesn't know his
it's not like an
album.
intro.
Yeah, there was 10
Look,
songs.
Oh, and
I
then
guess.
like the intro strings or something.
Establishing
Could you, pull that up
strings,
there?
Yeah,
establishing
can you pull that
strings.
up? Retard.
He can't pull it up. He's not pulling it up.
Joe, language, please.
But yeah,
Anyway.
it was 10 tracks.
Why? Well,
Um,
yeah.
Fuck me up, boy.
That's that. And what would you start? Start of summer? Did
Well,
you just start making an
So
album?
like I started it we had a trip to Berlin in
Oh, is that what
April.
stemmed it all? Yeah.
In April, yeah. And I wrote like one song. I wrote Loose Ends. Loose Ends was the first one I wrote. And
You
I
wrote
thought
that
that was just going to be
in-
it. I wrote that like as soon
That's
as I
set
came
you for
back. I
life,
wrote that in like a day. Because it came from such a real place of like fear.
Yeah. Okay.
And was that about events that it
Yeah.
transpired on the
Yeah.
Berlin trip?
Yeah,
We
that was all
kinda-
about me like being scared that I'd lost some of my favorite people. So and then like I
Okay, and
realized
then-
like after writing that I'd like because whenever I do that like whenever I write I have to take like such like a personal I have to like go inside
Like
my
a
brain
introspective
so
kind of
far
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I like whenever I was there I like realized I have so much other shit that I need to like get out of me.
Oh, okay. So
And, like,
you did
I've-
loose ends and thought I could do more of this.
Yeah.
There's more things to talk.
And then I entered my first relationship, and I wrote My Angel for that.
Didn't you have a new girlfriend on the listening party though?
Yes.
Yeah, see,
It's not a bit
I was sitting
awkward.
beside
Some-
my angel.
Actually, I'll talk about it later. But yeah, those people have been up to some.
Whoa, bit of drama.
Ooh, bit of
Yeah.
drama, yeah.
Heard it here
Um,
first, folks.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, I've always
That's why you come to the Fat Boy podcast.
Yeah. Insider knowledge.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we got a couple formal questions. I think the first is, what's your favorite track?
on the album.
Your personal favorite. Well, okay, I'll start with not emotionally, but musically. What's your favorite one?
I think the one I was like most proud of, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" was
For, like, music wise.
Curb Stomp.
Yeah, I agree. I have
Luke,
to.
you want to
Like
put
everyone, that one hits the hardest.
Luke? Pull her up.
I can't pull anything up.
He can't pull it up, ladies and gentlemen. He cannot. He's not. He can't pull anything.
So would you say, Benji, that
that's really awkward.
would you say that the Berlin trip
Nice one.
and your first relationship was the flame that started the entire?
I think. Well, I always use this analogy for like, and I've started using it for like everything. Where like, if I enter something, there's usually a spark that starts it. So yeah, Loose Ends, and what happened in Berlin was the spark that then became the bonfire that was Fractured Mindset.
Yeah.
Bonfire is a bit of a negative connotation.
That's true. I'm sorry.
It's an
about
interesting pick, but
The fireworks show
I don't-
that was Fractured
Yeah.
The songs.
Fire.
Goddamn fire.
whoa! You see what he did there? Wordplay.
He's
That's
good for
smart.
something. He's good for
That's
something.
God, you crazy bastard.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't know if because I have favorite part. Like, there's some like
No,
Excise comes from such a
I
personal
was about to say,
place.
Curb Stomp's your favorite, like as a song.
Yeah.
Which one? I don't say means the most. It's a bit cliche, but you know which one's most important, I guess.
Yeah, I think Excise, and that's the least played one. I think
And
last
what's
time I
the
checked, it was the
what?
least played
Just to
one.
remind the listeners, what's the theme of Excise?
Excise is all about people that I've lost and how like I know that I recognize the fact that I still have those people with me, and like I like deliberately spelt it strangely because it's like Excise, they're dead.
Oh.
So
right,
it calls,
Tell
but
them who made it.
also
Tell them
yeah, no, that's another reason why I love that song so much because it's the first one that was actually fully produced by Luke.
Hey,
Luke
Luke Tedford.
Luke Tedford.
What is he? Does he produce music?
Give him a hand.
I pretend I do, but yeah, I don't really.
But yeah, because that beat for Excise was
Like, what was that like?
produced
Hearing
a while
everything for
ago.
the first time, like live.
Wild.
Well, give us a bit more like
Come on, retard.
wild.
Bearing in mind, we actually hadn't heard. I think there was a curb stomp clip sort of going between phones and stuff that you'd
I
sent
sent
us.
those
Yeah,
like
no, yeah, I'd
specific,
heard
I
that.
sent those
I
to
heard,
specific
I heard
people.
me
No,
and
I
Joe
heard-
played me Promise Not to Tell.
That's the
Just
that's
that
Promise
was-
not to
Yeah,
tell,
yeah,
promise
I
not
know,
to
like,
tell.
Volume 4.
We'd heard that, yeah.
Yeah, because I deliberately did that. Yeah.
Oh, and so Berlin was what? April, and then when did you record it all?
We recorded it like way too close to the time. We
Oh,
recorded
right,
it
okay.
like
They were written.
So like
Oh,
mid
they were
August.
written
They were written
ages
throughout the
ago.
course of the
Didn't we?
exams.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, minute like in the exams. Is that a
Mhm.
smart
What's your
idea?
grade?
No.
Well, it worked
No,
Oh,
out
who
fine.
fucking
okay.
cares? I didn't feel
Yeah, it
anything,
worked
so
out fine.
Well, how did you do in the GCSEs?
Really? I mean,
Moving on to the GCSE section of the podcast.
I don't mind talking about. I don't even remember what the fuck I got. I got like 2 A's.
Like tennies.
I actually I have it on my phone, but I feel like such a dick for
It
like
doesn't
pulling
matter
it
at all.
up.
I don't know why
Yeah.
Ben would even
I
ask
didn't
that.
feel anything, so I'm
Just
fucking
in
happy.
case anyone was curious.
Now I'm at
Oh.
college, and that's fucking wild.
Yeah, so where are you studying now?
Oh yeah.
I'm doing a performing arts course
What is
for
it, like a
2
secret
years.
course? I don't.
No, I'm just like I'm at CERC. No, I don't even care. Like I'm at CERC.
Okay, but
Southeast
you're
Regional
doing
College.
performing arts. As
Yeah,
in-
it's for 2 years.
okay.
So that's like acting.
So you're taking more of an acting side than the music side.
That's the thing. So like with music,
bet
I've
so.
never been trained in music at all.
I know, but
So I'm
performing
like-
arts is hardly gonna be rap, is it? It's
Well,
gonna be more.
for act, I haven't acted properly in so long.
Yeah.
And I want that's something that you can get better at.
for sure.
And I was like
Skill.
scared that I was gonna start lacking skills in that. So like I can do that full time and just be like, okay, I'm learning as an actor and a performer.
yeah.
But as
And is there much other music involved in that? Like not really.
we do sometimes like work with the music.
Is it singing
People,
and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And
Would you
there's,
ever
like,
do
vocal
a
classes?
non-rap kind of music?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I still want to work on like a collab EP where we just fuck around with genres.
There was singing,
Oh, like
in
an
the,
instrumental.
singing in the album, wasn't there? For one of the songs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
I didn't
That
really
was
like
good.
that.
Oh, we also saw some like old second or third year raps you'd written. So
Oh,
it wasn't like a new thing.
I have like a
You've been
shitty. I
writing
want to
those.
find that. I want to find
Yeah,
that
like-
shitty
like
fucking
some,
book.
The diss track. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
yeah.
I started. Like
Is that
I
a 3W
started-
diss track?
I have
Actually,
one
don't wanna get
about.
into the politics.
I like because now I started thinking like I wrote diss tracks about like people in my family and like people
As you do.
like in school.
Hold
And there's
on.
like some bars I still remember which are like fucking hilarious.
No,
But,
go
like,
on. Oh yeah, there's one about like
Um,
shit in the pants. Honest to fuck, honest to God. There was.
fuck?
It was
What?
hilarious. I don't know.
a witch in your pants
A wet shit.
and a wizard in the, in the
wet-
sheets.
wet shit.
Oh, wait, what the fuck? What? I don't remember that. Is that actually a thing?
Maybe that's just my own thing. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought you were like going to say what the line was, and then you started like
No, I just
describing what was
remember
happening.
laughing my
Right
head
now.
off.
You know the
and
line
asked you
like
to
"wet shit in my pants"? Do you remember that line? Make it deliberately
Well, if it
shitty.
contains a wet shit in my pants, I'll be listening.
What is the
Basically,
what are
no.
the plans? What is the future for the music? What is the next EP? Where does it go?
I'm currently in. I have plans to do something with my girlfriend because she's in a band and she's
Is
really
she
fucking
singing?
yeah.
Oh,
she's
elaborate.
really fucking good at singing and she plays bass.
What sort of band?
It's like singer. I don't even. I haven't
she
seen
going
them
to
live
watch
yet.
this?
Does she gig live? Or
Uh-huh.
you just mean
Yeah,
her
she's
singing?
done gigs before,
Oh, cool.
and
What
she's
age is
like she's 16.
Not
Shout
to
out to
distract,
Rihanna.
but
Not
speaking of gigs, Benji,
What do you mean?
October
no?
28th
20th of
at the
October.
at the Black Box Theatre. That's just gonna be. I'm first on.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I know. And it's like I don't know if you're performing the whole time, but it's like a 40-minute segment. I saw it.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh fuck.
It's from like 20 to
You'd think
20
even,
to
huh?
6 to 20 past or something. It's like so long.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Should I
Just do
the
each
whole
rap
fucking
twice
set?
in a row. So each
That's
rap.
the thing. I
just
plan
do
to
it
have
twice.
like
Well, I
at
think
least.
you could have some sort of intro.
I want to do
I think
some.
we're gonna do a new one.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
I want to do some covers as well because people have been asking for me to do covers. Like I want to do a cover of Goosebumps with AMH, our man.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Our man Hussein.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that'd be really fucking fun.
Have you and our man ever like discussed at length the lyrics?
I saw him on the way up here,
Yeah,
and
but
we were
that's-
talking.
That's not what I asked.
Was he coming back from the gym by any chance?
I don't know. He had a plastic bag full of knickknacks. I don't know what was in
Oh,
it.
Knick-knack.
knick-knacks the crib.
Assorted. No.
No, I know. I don't know. I don't know what
Like
the fuck was in
assorted
it.
goods.
Sorted.
Oh, right.
Sort of.
Well, I mean, Arman is like the most inspirational lyrics I've ever heard.
Has anyone heard
personally.
Arman's stuff?
Such as I like
I like
weed.
weed.
I like weed. Can we
No,
do
that's
that?
the thing. Like
No?
I
Is that-
actually.
is that copyright
No.
against-
Hey, the world is so
No, we can't
corrupted.
do it.
Think
It is.
about that.
Well, I have such respect
What does
for
that mean?
for our man as like
Hear me?
what he's like trying to do, because he clearly the thing I've
Oh, no,
always
go-
seen with
yeah,
his
go
music,
ahead.
even since like Again and Again,
You can see
which
he
like
doesn't exactly
hit
have
over
the
1,000
production.
views, which is mental.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he was like sort of like the figurehead of it all. Like,
Like
he
yeah,
started
like
it.
right from that, I was like, you clearly have set ideas that you're trying to touch on, and you clearly have issues that you're trying
Yeah, and
to
if you think
pour
about it, if
into
he had Luke's
but
help,
it's just the lyrics that
And
he's struggling
ambition.
with.
Yeah,
So
but he
I-
doesn't
I
have.
get it. I think Arman has some real drive.
No, exactly, and I don't know. Like the main issue is production and stuff, and just the way like it's.
I want
all
to start,
pieced
but
together.
yeah, because that's it. Like with the writing process with him, it's going to be different because I want to be like, tell me what you want to write a song about,
Oh yeah, by
and
the
then
way,
I'll start writing lyrics.
do you
for
ever
that.
want to like compose a song, not just write lyrics for a song?
like the music
You'd,
part?
like do the whole backing, the
I
whole
just
melody. The
I
whole
would,
harmony,
but I
everything.
literally have no fucking clue how to do that shit, and I have no
That's
I have
one
like no
answer, yeah.
experience in like musical technique or anything. So
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I don't know. I feel for a melody, you don't need it at all. But
Yeah.
you could just.
I can like
You
with
could fully
Luke,
do a song
with
with your own
Luke I can be
melody.
like, this is what I want it to sound like. And,
Yeah.
like this is the type of and like we can like
Luke's
fuck
musically
around with
gifted,
that.
as we all know.
Just go
Um,
to Finn if I need music.
but yeah.
You've heard Cult 69.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Joe doesn't have any musical backing, but that chorus.
Yeah, about the like, if you were to make a comparison between, so like I wrote the lyrics, maybe with a little bit of Finn's help for Cult 69.
It's about 50-50.
You
by the
go
way.
on.
It's
You
not-
weave
it's
the
not
lyrics.
5-5.
Yeah,
I wrote the
right.
lyrics. I
Lyrics.
mean, if you were to listen to it, you could tell like there was no emotion. Like
If
the
you were to
main
listen to the
premise was
lyrics-
just like having
Entertain.
sex. Like
Comedy. It was a.
yeah, it was a
song,
comedy
yeah.
track. Like, I had no drive.
If you listen to
Except
the
it was
lyrics,
funny.
you could
like,
tell.
I sort of wish I had some sort of emotion like right about because I feel like it would make it more like powerful, more sincere. But
Yeah,
mine was
have a
just
bit of
like
direction.
It's
It's
like a
just-
cleaner giving like
It's just a pervert.
Well, it's fine.
writing
No, that's
down
the thing.
stuff.
Like, it's totally fine to like the only intention you have is to entertain.
yeah.
Well, but I don't know. Well, Joe's intention is more just. I
To
don't
let
know.
out his
He's a
inner
horny
turmoil.
pervert.
yeah. I mean like
You know what I mean? You listen and you think,
Give us a line of it.
oh, I wouldn't even, Joe. I
Dude,
wouldn't even
come
care.
on.
we might get
Squirted so much near a wet floor sign.
Bars. I'm telling you, guys. There's a deeper.
Yo, how did he
meaning to
come
that.
up with that?
Jars.
And there's a pun hidden in there because she's a cleaner.
Yeah, squirted so much.
Oh.
Please tell
I've
me,
been
guys.
thinking about that. Oh,
you
wait.
didn't get that,
I never
man?
got
Okay,
that.
okay.
It's a slow
cool.
burner, guys.
Joe.
Okay, yeah. Well, I have like a couple questions I've wrote before, some more scripted ones. So
Hit me.
first and arguably most importantly, which chipmunk do you think is getting the best?
Alvin. It's
Oh,
Alvin.
oh,
Alvin. It's
no,
so clearly
fuck
Alvin.
off.
No, it's so clearly
Fuck
Alvin.
off.
He's
Cut.
doing the
Oh.
fucking reach
Have you
around.
literally seen
Jordan!
He's like so into it. He's like,
Have you
Get
ever
off.
seen
No.
Theodore?
Wrong.
Get him off. Get him
people,
off.
I need to like a refresh on the
It's over,
image.
guys, it's
Everyone
over.
is like Theodore, but I'm like immediately. I'm like
Theodore's
Alvin.
in a fucking world of his own. Look at the man.
Just give the best head. Fat
But I
bitches
know,
give the
but
best
Simon,
head.
see Simon.
Right, calm down.
What's he
calm
called?
down, calm down.
What is she called again?
Fucking chipmunk.
Joe, are you actually looking up the name of the
I'm
female fat
looking up
chipmunk?
the female.
Oh Christ! Right,
I thought you were looking
Benji.
at yeah.
Eleanor. Eleanor
Yeah,
gives the best head.
Eleanor.
Benji, if you could professionally,
Who would you get head from?
music. Professionally, who would
Which
you get
of the
head
three
from?
chipettes?
Sorry, seriously.
fuck.
Would you act or sing if you could professionally either?
If I could sing.
Oh, I mean rap. I don't know why I was going to sing.
Like musical.
You know what I mean?
or-
Like, if you could make it rapping,
or
music sort of thing, or you
on
could like I don't
stage,
know,
yeah.
go West End or something.
Also, you say acting, but there's acting, there's film.
That's the
but
thing. The
there's-
course I'm
yeah.
doing is
Yeah.
theater, film, and radio. So we're doing like all types of acting.
Oh.
So still acting.
So,
Still bullshit acting.
Still not a job.
I don't know. I mean, like, with music, the whole time I'm literally just fucking around, and it helps me because it's everything I do starts as therapy. That's why I started acting, because it was like I can be someone who is not me, because I didn't like me. I was
He's
like,
not gonna stick to the
Benji's a fucking loser.
Yeah, okay. It's like an escape.
Yeah.
But is this
And
the
then with
same now, or do you
music-
think of acting as more of like a...
I've grown
know,
more
like
comfortable
practiced
with
thing.
who Benji is. I kind of fuck with him now. But like,
Nice and appropriate, Joe. Nice. Very good, very good. Good input.
gay. But I mean, like music. Yeah, I don't know. I still use him as therapy.
Yeah, so neither is really just like,
Mm.
you know, if you go to school for law, it's for the job, but neither of these is for the job.
It's about like interest.
Yeah.
I mean, what like? Do you have any plans for when you leave your course?
I don't intend to go to university because, like, genuinely, I do think if I keep doing shit consistently, I could be in a position where
Oh,
I
yeah,
could start making a living
if
from.
you
Oh,
can push.
absolutely.
My
Yeah.
art.
It's got
I think
effort. It's
persistence
got
is
effort.
It's
that's
key.
what people lack as well, because
Mm.
You
you've
could
already-
be...
like,
Because they
there's
don't get a
people
good
that are trying to do
response
it, but
and they
they're
just
still
stop.
you're still going to
Yeah,
or
you could
school, like,
literally
you've
be absolutely
2
rubbish,
months to do.
but just push at it for 20 years and end up making money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what I'm
Wait,
hoping
so
for,
so you've got
honestly.
the? I mean, if you started in the writing in Berlin trip, and you've got like a gig in November, like that's 5 months.
That's quite
in.
impressive.
Oh, you're not... You paid for the black box?
I paid for the lyric.
No,
Yeah,
or you paid.
how did the you can say the collision crew like pick you up? Like how did that like?
They just DM'd me. I don't think. Yeah,
wait,
it
they
was
DM'd you, the black
Collision.
box guys?
Collision DM'd me. They were like, "Yo, we've heard your stuff, and like we think it's really good."
Oh, that's sick.
are.
So do you think the lyric was a real, like,
Um,
pad?
I'm like glad that I did the lyric because I
Okay,
actually
but
made
you-
money from it.
Do you think it's more like SoundCloud that they've heard?
No,
you
I
from?
think the Instagram, like the amount
Yeah,
of,
because I remember seeing on someone's like
There was an
someone
insane
local's,
amount of
like, Instagram
promotion.
was like some local talent I've heard and I've really like vibed with.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Was like someone would shout out you and that's
Yeah, it was like a
where-
Sia. It was like a
yeah.
Sia meme page.
Sia revision.
I love
Sia
that.
revision
Meme
guides.
page, yeah.
Oh.
Nothing better than curb stomp to get your mouse mind going. Oh yeah.
So, are you gonna get paid for the black box gig?
It's for charity.
Oh right.
I think
right.
if I consistently
I don't know what charity
do
means.
if I consistently
I
do
didn't know
shows
it was
with
for
the lyric,
charity.
if I like go back to the lyric and I
Mhm.
keep going back to the lyric, it'll get to the stage where they pay me.
Oh, does the lyric do music?
Um,
Traditionally.
Finn,
thought-
do
no.
you know what the word lyric means, Finn?
I mean, I saw the lyric
Buffoon.
only had a 3
funny
food
'cause-
hygiene rating. I'm not sure I could.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd go anywhere near that place.
Yeah,
It's only
I
a
mean, there's
3
a
food
reason I,
hygiene
like-
rating.
I like limited what we can get in the bar because I don't trust that shit at the listening party. But I'm excited.
Yeah, but they
I'm
don't
excited for
traditionally
Black
do
Box.
music, do they? I don't-
No, you can like for that thing. It was dark for that week, so I was able to rent it out. It was 180
Oh.
quid to rent out.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna ask the specifics and profit.
You made it
but
back.
You made it.
You
big.
made it back.
Yeah, I mean now I own Jordans. I could get finally like because a lot of the rap game is in the look, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
know I like
for
finally
sure.
have
I mean,
that look.
Yeah, it's a performance
Yeah.
more than just like making the song. I'm still. I want you to elaborate more on your girlfriend's band career. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, she's like her voice is fucking insane. Like I'm like so
So she's the
excited.
singer.
Yeah,
Well, that's perfect. You two could literally collab,
uh-huh,
just sing
for
rap.
sure. Like I'm so excited
she
for that.
Have musical like background, like she can make music, or
Mhm.
is she just with?
She
them?
actually recently got signed for a modeling thing on like a magazine, like a guitar magazine, like an international one. And
Whoa.
she's like on the front page for like now. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And I get to go to like she's gonna like bring me to her shoots and shit. I love her so much. She's fucking amazing.
And sorry, like what
Wow.
kind of music is like acoustic guitar and singing, or
No bass guitar.
I think like they cover like rock and like indie stuff.
so it's rock, kind of, indie rock. Kind
Yeah,
of
I haven't heard like them perform yet.
Well, that's it. It's a good boyfriend. Anyway.
Well, they haven't had gigs or anything for a while. I've heard her sing. I love her voice. But,
Obviously.
I
You'd
think
hope
they have a
somebody
gig.
does,
I think
right?
they have a gig in like November time, and she's coming to the Black Box one, obviously.
She's
for
not
me.
digging the black box, is she?
No, she's coming to my gig, and then yeah, I'll be going to the next thing she has up.
Cool. And that's the cookies down the oven.
After a few technical problems, we're back, and I have a few questions for Benji. So,
Just get up.
arguably the biggest one people have been wondering, me included. A lot of people have noticed the big split between your online and real life persona. Do you notice this? Is it intentional?
I didn't realize that like whenever you say like a lot of people have been saying that, do you mean like a lot of people?
Like
Is that like
literally
a
everyone.
regular
I don't know if they're
thing?
saying there's a big split, but
But
you
they
know,
wanna
people-
know why
are
you're
people like,
different.
why
it's
did you keep
when
doing
when
that?
people like your stories and stuff are just a bit different to how you,
To
you
how
act
you
in
are
real
in
life
real
and
life.
stuff.
Yeah.
And that's sort of universal.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't mean to be such a different person. The way I treat social media is again as therapy. The best way I deal with things, and that's why I use art, is because it's such a public medium, and social media is the most public I can make it. So as soon as if I make everything so clear as to how I'm feeling, what the fuck's going on with me, then I'm completely transparent. So then there's no way people can like call me out for some shit, and like people are like, and then if that's public, I can let people in, because I'm so sick of people being like, I'm here for you, and like I appreciate that, but like whenever you're in that situation where so many people are saying it, it becomes meaningless. So if you put that out there saying how you feel and it's so clear, then the people who want to talk to me can't talk to me. So
I think it's mostly for like for me. Me and Joe sat beside you in Latin,
Yeah.
and I sat beside you in programming, and all I got to see was like a sort of funny
guy, yeah.
funny
Almost
guy.
the like facade.
Yeah.
So it's like you on social media is the real you.
Well,
It's just another side.
There, yeah, right. So that's the thing. So see with the album, like there's like I can't like label it, but like so all I know that I have for sure is depression. But like it's been growing and it's becoming its own new thing, which I'm gonna try and get checked out. The side on social media is all of them,
oh, okay, yeah.
because that's
okay,
why
fair
like
enough.
whenever I was doing the album, there was the different colored text. But whenever I write now, I deliberately make it just white, black
yeah,
and
'cause
white.
it's just you.
Because it's like all of them.
Yeah,
and,
so
like,
if someone knew you
it'll-
well,
yeah,
then
you'll see it
they would
change
know.
in waves throughout, like just the way I'm talking. If you like sit down and like go through it properly, like there'll be times where I'll be like fuck this shit, like fuck negativity, like that's still an aggressive way of saying it, and then it'll become, I'll like grow into, I'll like start as Ben, kind of go into Benjamin, but then by the end I try to make sure I'm Benji, because then and then I can leave it, I can put that out and then walk away and then be fine.
Yeah.
And I'm also like,
Cool.
there's been people who've been saying like, I've been reading your stories and they're helping me through their own stuff, which means a lot to me. And like, there was someone who said they listened to the album, and they said it helped them as well. And looking at my stories and that like means like a lot to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the most rewarding thing about being a creator, is
like
helping other
seeing
people
the influence
through
Yeah.
for sure.
get through what you've gone through.
Would
yeah.
you say that's the truth? Because I don't.
No, like that's the most rewarding thing. Whenever you see that you're building connections with people who you didn't like. If you weren't putting that out, then you wouldn't have had a
touching
connection.
people without knowing them.
Yeah, and the fact that like the fact that I know what I'm doing, is so genuine and comes from such a true place. That's when I know like, okay, the connections I'm building here are real. It's
Yeah.
not with some guy that's not actually me.
I mean, you can see that as in the fact that you're here and not
Yeah.
who else. Like who else left school? Like Adam Calvert.
Don't name drop Adam Calvert.
Who else left school? Redacted. Also left, but he's on the
Name.
podcast. So it's like
Did you say he's uninteresting?
I did not say that. No, I just trying to say that you've definitely cemented a place in everyone's sort of minds
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
like through art.
That's fucking
Fully,
insane
yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Because
Don't
like
bum
whenever
like, come on.
no, like that's fucking
But that's the truth, Finn.
yeah, that's like insane. Because like for like my whole life, I was like the outside kid. Like especially in primary school, I was like kind of a weirdo. Like I could make people laugh, and that was it.
Yeah.
And
They only
like
saw
I still like making people laugh.
Yeah.
Like I love that so much, and like there's still people who are like, you should do stand-up comedy, and I'm like, fuck yes.
Would you ever do stand-up comedy?
I'd try it. I'm not gonna say I preferred because I haven't
Okay.
done it, but like I've like whenever I was a kid, I wanted to be a stand-up comedian.
I'd probably paint my face and just go on like a murder spree or something.
What the
Oh,
That's not like.
that's the Joker. My bad.
Got him.
Jeez, no laughs, no laughs. Guess I better paint my face. I could keep going with this all day and just keep going round with no laughs. Oh, Joker.
Well, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't get it? Oh, Joker. Oh, no,
Anyway,
no, we won't.
Anyway. I have
Jeez.
another question. So this one's a little more personal.
Yeah.
What was your family's attitude towards you making this album? Were they supportive or not?
Um.
Bit blunt. I mean, is it
Um,
that straightforward?
Sorry, I have autism.
It's not like your mum was all for it and your dad was all against it.
No, my sister was very interested. Yeah.
Really?
My sister was very.
That's who made the cover art.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
okay.
sister-
really
It's
cool
That's
as
actually
well.
weird,
That
yeah,
cover
Yeah,
art.
my sister Lucy was very interested in it, and like
She older or younger?
younger. She's 4. She's 15.
She
I keep
four.
forgetting I'm 17. She's 4.
She's bored.
She's younger. She's 4.
Yeah, she's 15 now. And yeah, like throughout like the whole process, like I was like, "What do you think of this?" And then I'd like spit one of the songs, and she'd be like, "I like her favorite song is Manufactured Mindset." Yeah, because it's like like the weirdest one, and like
Weirdest peck,
she
yeah,
like
is what
likes the
it's
flow and shit, and like how it hits. So
Is that what they split up on with all the voices?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to because with my parents, it was it wasn't a case that they weren't supportive because they're the ones who like paid for the revenue for the venue at the Lyric.
Oh, really?
Even, I had to pay them back, but like,
Yeah.
obviously, but like
Yeah, but they were like financed it.
yeah,
essentially.
they set that up.
I mean, that shows me that they like had trust in you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Faith.
They don't like that I swear in my songs. Like my mom's like, I wish you wouldn't do all that effing and jeffing. But yeah, that's just like it's hard to explain. But that's
Do you
just
think-
like
do you
mother's
think-
no
always
parents
mothers.
gonna be like, oh,
Do you
yeah,
think they
well,
understood a lot of the deeper, like confessions
meanings.
of the song?
Oh yeah, that's true. Do
I
they
think, like
yeah,
when
that
my
will-
mom heard it, some of the stuff she's like I can tell that she thinks that it's like a cry for help,
yeah, have they approached
which
you
I
about it?
guess my mom like briefly talked to me about it before it like after it released, and she
Yeah.
eventually listened to it, but yeah, it's sort of
I know. I mean, it's tough from as a parent.
yeah, but they
to hear
they
them,
never like
decipher
Yeah.
everything.
yeah they never they weren't against it, but they weren't like yeah they were chill about it.
No, I get you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
They
I mean,
did.
I played,
if I asked
Did your
them,
brother ever hear it?
would he hear the album?
Did he listen to it? Has he listened to it?
I don't actually know if he's listened to it.
Was he not?
Oh yeah, he was at the
Yeah, he
listening
was at the listening
party.
party,
Talking
so
about-
he must have heard
Yeah,
it.
he
Nice
heard the
one,
listening
Luke.
party.
I mean, I played Colt 69 for my mum and dad, and
Did you actually?
yeah, my mum started
No, you
crying.
didn't.
My dad beat the shit out. No, obviously not.
His
Yeah,
mom started
my mum was in
crying.
tears.
His
She
dad just
understood
started
everything
clap.
about it. And,
Um,
like my dad,
My
just
dad
started
sold it
beating the
online.
shit out of me.
But yeah, they were
Okay.
they were like neutral about it. If I was like, can
Did
you
they,
do
like-
this? Can you like do this to?
Did they fully take it seriously at first?
They like kind of made fun of the fact that like how I sounded, and that kind of wasn't fun. But
Oh, you're like different kind of voice on
yeah,
it.
because it was like this is such a personal
Oh, yeah,
project,
what
and you
is
kind of
the-
laughed
What is the
about it.
reasoning behind not using your own voice?
I originally
Because it obviously has a
Wait,
very
what do you mean
personal
not using
album,
your
so-
own
Yeah.
voice?
Well, it's a American
He
accent.
puts on an accent.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
I originally did my own voice for one of the songs, but it doesn't sound good. And whenever you do an American accent, you have more freedom to rhyme.
It's sort of just
Yeah.
the whole culture of rap. You
Yeah,
don't
I'm
hear
gonna
much
I'm
of
gonna try my
American rap.
best to do at least one thing in just my normal accent. I want to do it like
Maybe
a
even
fucking
sing or something.
long ass, like a long song in just my voice where it's basically spoken
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, if it's less of
12
like
minutes.
a traditional American rap, it'd probably work. But if
Yeah.
you're just gonna go for like that whole rap style,
Yeah.
it's a bit jarring to not hear it in the American accent.
Mm, for sure.
I read all of your texts in the Mobeeky voice.
That's cool.
I recite all your stories out loud in the Mobeeky voice.
I mean-
off your album.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, Joe. I know you have questions, but another thing a lot of people were asking about. I know, but I also don't even remember the explanation. What can you explain the like monologue that's split up throughout it?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I was just like thinking of because that was just a thing I was gonna put on my
People don't
story.
get it, you need to explain. Like,
Yeah, so like the gods, they're all different. I think they're all Greek. They're just god. They're all gods
I
anyway.
remember this. You said like about Morpheus.
Yeah, so like each god, most of the gods applied to one of the songs. So like, born into a world of Hephaestus, that's a born into a world of industry, and that's because like, the original concept was for me to be like a robot, or like an android. So, and I sort of feel like that. So that was like
No, what do you mean? You
that
feel
was so that was
android?
established. So like I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm human.
Oh.
Mhm.
Like I feel like so fucking. I feel like it's
Detached.
always felt like me, and then there's everyone else.
Yeah, removed. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Um,
isolated.
And like now,
But
like,
you don't feel like emotionless.
No.
Okay. No.
Alien.
Alien might have done the job, like. But
Really would've been weird, though.
yeah, I'm
Um,
joking.
But I mean, like now that I'm in the relationship I'm in, like it's the first time that it's like, it feels real. So it feels like it's me and Rianne, and then everyone else.
Mhm.
Because she was also like quite an outsider.
Did she like hear the rap before she met you?
No, so
Oh, did she not even know you did the rap?
should I just like talk about how we like met and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
or
Yeah, go for that.
so like whenever I auditioned for Cirque, she was at the audition as well, and I was like,
Whenever
uh,
you auditioned for Redacted, you mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
I auditioned for school. She was there, and like as soon as I saw her, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is like one of the like
Yo,
the
she
most.
bad.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I was like, that's like one of like the most beautiful people I've ever seen. I was like, holy shit. And then, but then I was like, okay, there's no chance it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And whenever I even like at the audition, we had to do like a workshop bit, and then we had individual interviews, and she was like sitting on like the side away from everyone. And whenever I did my interview, I was like, do you have a set? Because I was one of the first people. I was like, do you have a set list of who's next? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, is there any way you can get Rihanna to go next?
Ooh.
Because like I felt
Sly dog. Yeah.
because like she
Wait.
didn't look comfortable. So they were like, yeah. So then I was like, are you Rihanna? It's your time for the
Nice.
interview. So then she went in. There was one time where I went up with my friend Rachel for an interview she had to do, and Rihanna was like with us, and we were just waiting outside, and it was just us, and I like just started making her laugh. I was like, fuck yes.
Nice. Benji coming out strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like that. It's like you're both, as you said, like outsiders, and
Yeah.
that's what brought you together.
That's the thing. Like shit with us, like has been going so quickly. Like
Yeah.
she's already almost seen me die. Like whenever I was in hospital.
What?
Has that- have I
What?
already
What
told-
the
I've only
fuck?
told you.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean you're in hospital?
Backtrack a little bit
hold on, just
there. Was this
rewind a wee
like-
second.
Can you
What?
please
Was this
explain
last-
that?
An OD or something? Or?
Last. So yeah, I could have died. We went to class, and then the teacher was like, I have to go on a trip, so class was like cancelled for the day. So we all went to this like ice cream place, and then
And it was late. The ice cream is.
like there
Your
was like
brain freeze.
there was like some
Lactose
shit. No, there was like some
intolerance.
shit on it. There was like nuts on it or something.
Oh fuck.
And I thought I was like chill. It was like hazelnuts. I was like,
You
oh
allergic
no, I'm chill with
nuts?
that. Apparently,
These
I thought I was originally.
Wait, what?
I thought I was originally allergic. I thought I was allergic to just peanuts before,
Okay.
and I was like, it's chill. It's hazelnuts. I've had that shit before. And then I ate it. I was like,
It's
I was
not
like chill for so long. I was like, oh yeah, yeah.
just
and no,
vibing,
no.
and then the.
So I like ate it,
nuts
and I
are
was
turning-
like, and she was like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I think my throat's like closing over right now. And then they're like, wait, what the fuck? So like,
Are you okay? No, it's cool. My throat's just closing.
So, yeah,
Oh, I
so-
can't breathe.
I'm great.
so one of our friends, Lana, like gave us a lift down to the hospital, and then the people we like walked in the hospital, and the people were just like, can I help you with anything? I was like, yeah, I think my throat's closing over right now. I'm like struggling to breathe. So yeah, and then I was in hospital for like the rest of the day, and I could have died apparently.
Jesus.
And she stuck with me through the whole thing. So I mean, like already we've been through a lot.
Yeah, emotional roller coaster, as they say.
But yeah, it's like the first time I can like confidently say that like I love someone, like without like there's always been like a bit of doubt before. I'm like, I don't think they like me. But,
Is that
like,
in hindsight, or is that at the time? You thought
at the
same
time?
thing?
But then especially in hindsight, at the time I was like
okay, because I was going to say
scared
some of your
to say it.
stories. Used
Like
to
I've
seem
said it.
very-
I think it was in a song. It was like I think it was in one of the
In
tracks.
the listening
Did love
party.
me. You talked about kids.
Oh
But
yeah,
mean
but
something.
yeah, there was like one. There's one bit where it's I like my mind is completely blanked.
No, at the end of the listening party, you said there's three
No,
words.
no.
I
There's one
can't
line. It's
say.
like every time I say I love you, I feel I'm committing a crime.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
And that's
that's
like
fair.
that was like such like
Yeah,
a truth
that's
because I
not-
was like, why the fuck am I saying this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they made it because they made me feel so fucking bad about it, and they were basically telling me how I felt.
Ooh, that's.
I was like, okay,
Okay,
I'm
cool.
sorry. But like with Rihanna, it was like,
yeah, actually.
she was like whenever I said it, she was like, I was waiting for you to say that. So I was like, fuck
Really?
yes.
Oh,
Um,
it's like a nice, like
Yeah.
rom-com kind of thing. This is cool.
Rom-com. But yeah, I love her so much.
Okay, so I have one more question, one final
Hit me.
question, and it's quite large.
Yeah.
Simply, was it worth the effort to make this album, to make this music, to make this like whole idea?
Image.
Was it worth it to make it happen?
Yeah,
Oh, that
Yeah.
was
100%. I would like if
Right,
I
okay, guys.
yes. Yeah, because if I didn't do it, I'd probably be dead. Yeah.
If anyone's down out there, just get writing.
Actually, I'm
And on
pretty sure
that
like,
note,
they do recommend
get
that.
Finn, that camera's off, so
Yeah, well, I need to go.
Give Finn's fat ass off.
All right, Joe, do you want to finish it up there?
Yeah.
How do you want to finish it? Do you want me to say like what's coming next or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, final thoughts.
wait.
What's coming next
That camera,
in
that
your
camera,
future?
that camera. Let them know what's coming up.
My friend. Yeah.
Is
So
that camera
there's
off?
actually.
Finn, is that camera off?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, fuck.
Yo. Okay. Yo.
Final thoughts.
I like this. I like how this is so fucked
Finn,
up. At
turn
the
on
end.
me.
What's to come?
This is. I'm sweating. So the next thing, I actually have like a big like thing that I'm like now really passionate about, which is like, so the fact that I've left you guys' school,
Yeah.
and I don't want to like. There's so many people that I love from that place, and I don't want to like lose the connections that I have there.
Yeah.
So like the next thing I'm like working and like setting up is like I want to like set up either something like this, or like either that or like a building or like a club or something like every Friday
Some way
night or
to
something.
stay connected.
Or like I can get like
Fat Boy
I can like
Club.
just hang out with people because there's like people that like who are at the place I'm at now who are like such lovely people, but they go completely like underappreciated and unrecognized. So I want to like have a place where they can like get out of the house and just fuck around.
For people to put
Yeah,
people
that's like the
on.
next thing I'm like extremely passionate about, and like I want to like actually make that happen. So yeah, I want to get that out before or get that set up before the end of the year, hopefully.
Well, I guess that's all we have.
That's really noble.
Time for today. Tune in next time for the.
Thank you very much
Thank you very much for tuning in.
for coming.
He left halfway through.
Oh, I see.
After all of